We can now bring you the other event that took place at this meeting, the Courage Challenge Trophy. And for this, we welcome our commentator, Dave Lanning.
The Courage Challenge Trophy with 6 all-star riders. They each will have 2 rides apiece, and the 4 highest scorers will qualify for the final. There is the lineup for Heat 1. On the inside, Hans Nielsen. Next to him, Phil Crump. In grid 3, it's going to be Sean Moran, one of the invited riders, an American from Sheffield. And on the outside, it will be Andy Graham from Birmingham. So that's the lineup as they settle down for Heat 1 of this special invitation trophy. And it's from the inside, Nielsen who gets away, and from grid 3 it is Andy Graham, and Graham from the outside really made a sensational couple of first corners there. He leads it, he's the rider in white. Second place is Nielsen. The 2 Birmingham riders showing the way home to the opposition here at the moment, over the line into the next lap, and it is still Graham really looking masterful. Second place Nielsen, third place it's Sean Moran, the American, who obviously will take a little bit of time just to weigh up the track. Of course, you must remember the Birmingham riders have had the league match against Swindon to get things sorted out, and it looks as though that experience is paying off for Andy Graham. He really has looked in complete command of this Heat 1. Second place is still Nielsen, although he's under some pressure now from Moran. There's a battle for second place, but there's nobody going to catch Graham now, although Moran is going to make a fair effort to get up on Nielsen. There's Graham. Graham is going to take the checkered flag, and he really has gathered 3 points in a fair bit of style there. Well, here's an interesting character in this Courage Challenge Trophy. One of our guest riders at Perry Barr. It's 20-year-old Kenny Carter, and he's just back after smashing his jaw in 8 places, and he was riding 5 weeks to the night after that terrifying facial injury. Since then, he has qualified for the British final of the World Speedway Championship, rides for Halifax, and he is really England's white hope for the future. Kenny Carter, an interesting competitor here in Heat 2 of the Courage Invitational. So let's have a look at the lineup. On the inside there in white, it's Hans Nielsen with 1 point to his credit from his first ride. Grid 2 has Eric Gunderson, a dame from Daly. Grid 3 has Kenny Carter. And on the outside, it is Phil Crump, who has yet to open his account in this individual event. And Crump it is who seems to be in a little bit of mechanical trouble here. Well, there we have a best pair all on their own. That's Eric Gunderson and Phil Crump. Crump it is who has the trouble and getting a lift back probably to bring a spare machine from the pits. In fact, it's already out there for him. His teammate there, that was Malcolm Holloway, the captain of the Robins of Swindon. Just, I think, maybe loaning him his own machine, actually. Sporting gesture there in the Swindon camp. Heat 2 then on the inside, Hans Nielsen. Next to him in blue, Eric Gunderson. Grid 3 has Kenny Carter. On the outside, Phil Crump. That's an even break, but into the lead there it is Gunderson, and coming around the outside it's Crump. Crump there leads it. Second place is Gunderson, going through on the inside, Hans Nielsen. Carter is at the back. That's a surprise. And we really are having some fair speedway here. 3 in a line. In the lead, Crump. Second place, pushing him hard, Gunderson. Hans Nielsen's back in third place and taking the easy way around the curve there at the bottom corner here at Perry Barr. Gunderson's aware of him. There's the battle for second and third place. Remember, the points all count as to who qualifies, and we have lost Nielsen with some kind of mechanical defect, so it is now Jess Crump and Gunderson to battle out the last lap, 330 yards around here at Perry Barr. It's very fast and conducive to good racing here. I don't think they're going to catch Crump. Well, he's ridden the masterful race there. He goes over the line for 3 points. Second place was Gunderson, and picking up 1 point there, young Kenny Carter. The lineup for heat number 3, and on the inside this time it's going to be Eric Gunderson. He'll be wearing the yellow and black striped helmet. Next in grid 2 in blue, we have the exciting American Sean Moran. He'll be in grid 2. Grid 3 will have Andy Graham, local favourite here, of course, at Perry Barr, and a race winner, first time out in this competition. And on the outside, Kenny Carter, with only 1 point, he got a third place first time out, so he'll be looking for points to qualify for the final. Gunderson on the inside. If he makes the jump, he's liable to run them all up to the corner pretty lively. It's a pretty clean break, and from grid number 3, it's Carter who shows. Carter in front. Second place is Gunderson, and a battle for third place between Graham and Moran. And it is Kenny Carter, and coming through it's Gunderson on the inside of him. And we really have got a battle developing now. Carter leads it, and now here comes Andy Graham as well, looking for a passage through on the outside. Moran has been tailed off, and again it's between Carter and Gunderson, and Gunderson's moved through on the inside of Kenny Carter, and so too, trying to find a hole there, is Andy Graham. Gunderson leads now. Carter's in second place. Graham trying to find a little bit of a gap there down the inside into the last lap. And this has been really some torrential, some tempestuous speedway. And it's now still Gunderson. Graham's moved through into second place. Moran is third. And we lost Kenny Carter there on the last lap. So a race when really it all happened. And there's Gunderson. Graham had to work hard for 2 points there, and Kenny Carter, who led early on, eventually tailed off to finish last with some form of mechanical trouble. Well, we can see Carter in front here, and we look now for Gunderson, who rode a really nice, tight little turn there. Carter seemed to be aware that he was there, but could do nothing to stop him powering through on the insides, and from then on, really, it was Eric Gunderson all the way. A little bit of trouble. You can see his American teammate Keith Triscoe helping him out. Let's hope it fires. Seems to be okay. So Hans Nilsson, the local hope in this Courage Challenge Trophy final, seems to be going okay now. Phil Crump getting a little bit of last minute advice. He'll be the rider in white on the outside here in this final. Well, there's the lineup. Let's just identify them on the grid for you. On the inside, it is going to be Eric. Rather, it looks like it's going to be Andy Graham going on to the inside in red. Next to him will be Eric Gunderson. Grid 3 will have Hans Nilsson. On the outside, Phil Crump. That's the way it looks at the moment. From the inside, it will be Nilsson. Then next to him, in the red helmet colour, Andy Graham. In grid 3, it's Eric Gunderson, and on the outside, Phil Crump. So the two Birmingham riders on grids 1 and 2 here. They're obviously the riders the home crowd will be watching for here in the final of the Courage Trophy. And it is Graham who shows first. Graham in the red helmet colour coming round hard to challenge him. It's Gunderson, and that was a fine piece of overtaken from Eric Gunderson. He's lost his blue helmet colour, but it is Gunderson in front. In second place, Graham. Moving into third place, it is Phil Crump. And Nilsson, who we saw with a little bit of trouble with his bike earlier on, Ray had tailed off at the back now, but Eric Gunderson, the young Dane from Cradley, stretching across now. He knows exactly where Graham is in second place. It's going to take a superhuman effort, I think, from Andy Graham to get up and get past this dashing young Dane from Cradley. Here they are beginning to stretch out now into the final lap. Eric Gunderson with less than 300 yards to go to the checkered flag. He really rode a very brave first and second bend, hit the front, and he stayed there to win. A win for Gunderson, second place Graham, third place was Crump. And there is confirmation of that win. Eric Gunderson it is who takes the Courage Challenge Trophy, and he did it in some style. Well, there's the winner, and you can see the silverware he's collected from the sponsors. A very happy man. Eric Gunderson, winner of this specially sponsored second half at Perry Barr.
And our commentator on that event, Dave Lanning. Well, that's it. Hope very much you've enjoyed this programme. Certainly had a marvellous league match there, with Birmingham winning their opening home match of the season. And we leave you with the star of the show for them, Hans Nielsen. Goodbye.